Let's back to the logical operators that we have already used before. That is AND operator and OR operator. Now, how can we use them for something called short circuiting? As of now, we have used logical operators only to combine Boolean values. But now we can do a lot more with and OR. Now let's start with OR operator first. Let's write here console.log. I'm giving here the number 3 and then giving OR operator and then giving the string that name. And now let's see the result what we are getting. See here it displayed 3. This means that we see the result of the OR operator does not always have to be a Boolean. Here we have 3 properties. The first one is they can use any data type. So here I am writing for our understanding, use any data type and return any data type. So we call it short as short circuiting evaluation. Short circuiting. And now here we use two values, but they are not booleans. And then it returned a value that is not also a boolean. And now for short circuiting, in case of the OR operator, short circuiting means that if the first value is a truthy value, it will immediately return that first value. So that we exactly see here that the 3, that means which is a truthy value that displayed the first value. Here the first operand is the truthy value, then it will not check the second operand. That's what we mean here in the short circuiting. Now let us see some examples here. Console.log. Here I am giving the empty string and then OR operator, and then now the string I am giving name Priya, and then now another example console.log. And here I am giving the value Boolean value true or 0. And now in that another example I am giving undefined and then null. Now let's see the results. Reload. Here it displayed that the name Priya because this empty string is a falsy value. So that's why it displayed the second operand. And then next here we have truthy or 0. So this true is a truthy value. So that displayed true. And now here in this statement we have undefined or null. Here we know that undefined is a falsy value. So it displayed the null, that is second operand. Now let us give you one more example that will clear all of your doubts. Console.log, write undefined or 0 or, and then giving empty string and then or, giving the string hello or, now giving the number 25 or, and then giving the null. Now let's see what will be the result. Let's see the result. Reload. Here it displayed hello. Hello means here the first truthy value in this statement is hello. So that displayed that. Here in this chain of OR operations, the undefined is a falsy value. And the next one, that is 0. This is also a falsy value. and then the empty string, that is also a false. So next one, this will be displayed. This is the true value. So that will be displayed. So here basically the scenario is it will short circuit all the values that we are defined, and then it will return the value that will be truthy value. Now let us see another example, that const guest one, giving the variable name, and here in the restaurant how many number of guests are available. For that writing number guests question mark restaurant dot number guests not display 10. So let's write console.log guests 1. Now let's reload here, check the result. Here it displayed 10 because we don't have any here in this object, we don't have any name that calling this number guest. So that's why we don't have this num guest. So that's why it displayed 10. Now here I am writing that giving the restaurant dot num guests. Yes, value, giving the value that is 25 members. So now if we use the OR operator while writing this const guests 2, that is equal restaurant dot guests, that is if variable 2 is equal restaurant dot number gets, or else OR operator and then display 10. Now console.log guests 2. Now I am placing this line in comments. Now let's see the result. What we are guessing that the result will be the 10. So let's reload. Here it displayed 10. Here it is, we don't have this number of guests because this is restaurant dot number of guests is a falsy value. So it displayed this one. Now let's take out of the comments and then let's see the result. Here we have misspelled this. Then now reload. Here it displayed 25. So now we have this value 25. So this is a true value. True value means it displayed the number of persons are there, means that should be 25. So this is all for the AND of OR operator. Without confusing, I'm writing this. OR operator. And now the same for the AND operator also. Don't get confused. We have in AND also this type of short circuiting. Before going to AND, I will show you that here if the number of guests is 0, then what will be the result? Let's reload. Here the result is 10 because the number of guests is 0 means that will be a falsy value. So it's check the second operand, that should be 10, it displayed 10. Let's talk about the AND operator. And basically when it comes to short circuit evaluation, the AND operator works in the exact opposite way of the OR operator. Let us see that. Right, console.log 0 and and here I am giving the name. Now let's see the result. Here it displayed 0 as the result. What it means that the AND operator short circuits when the first value is falsy and then immediately returns that first falsy value without even evaluating the second operand. Now let's check with the true value. Let's say give the same and then change here the value. I am giving 5. So now this 5 is a true value. Let us see the result. Here it displayed the name what we have given here, the second operand that should be displayed because this 5 is a true value. When it is truthy, it means that the evaluation continues and then simply the last value is returned. Once again that the AND operation is true if all the operands are true. So here the first operand is false, then it means that the entire result of the AND operation will already be false anyway. Then there is no need to check other operands. If the value of the first is falsy, then the entire AND operation should be false. Now let's write an example that combine all. Console.log. Now let's write the here I'm giving hello and then and giving number and null and giving the name Priya. Now let's check the result. Here it displayed null. Because here first in this statement we have written that hello, this is a truthy value. So the evaluation part continues. Here it is a number. So this is also a truthy value. The evaluation continues, it goes to here. So here the null is a falsy value. So the null is a falsy value means here the entire operation will be falsy value. So that displayed null. The end of the operation should be a falsy value and then the result is displayed as false value. Now let's see another example that if restaurant dot order pizza and then in the block restaurant dot order pizza, give that here this mushrooms, spinach, and then this is a practical example. Example for AND operation. Here, first of all, what we want to check is to if a certain property or value actually exists or not. Here in this case, we don't know that order pizza is exist or not. So first we check that and then only we execute it. Now let's use the AND operator here. Restaurant dot order pizza and restaurant dot order pizza. Same this one. This one also. Same. Here Restaurant dot order pizza, that will be exist means it will display that value. If does not exist means it's undefined. It will then short circuit the evaluation and nothing else will happen. So that's essentially exactly the same as this if block here we are doing. And but if it does not does exist, if the truthy value, then the second part here will be executed, second operand. And when we call the function, and then we call the function, it will display the values. Let's now summarize all of this. So the OR operator will return the first truthy value, and then or simply the last value if all of them are falsy. Whereas in AND operator, it will return the first falsy value or the last value if all of them are truthy. Here we can use the OR operator to set default values, and we can use the AND operator to execute code in the second operand if the first one is true. So this is all about the session. We'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you.